Democrats, I'm back. Hey, it's Monday, July 26th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Monday. So every day I come, I'm going to try and talk to you about bills, elected officials, and elections. We're not in session, and so my bills aren't necessarily always going to be, HB this or SB this. So today, I have two that I want to talk about because they are closely linked. The word of the day is cronyism. That's the word of the day. So last week, our governor, and how about I just don't say his name? Our governor appointed an attorney general to replace beleaguered Mike Hunter. And the new guy is John OConnor. So John OConnor has been deemed professionally incompetent by the American Bar Association. But yeah, put him over all the legal affairs of the state because you're friends. So that's disappointing, but I just didn't want to let that go without making sure that you guys were aware of that. And then this week, I think this happened last week as well because it's Monday. So there is a joint committee on pandemic relief funding that will have a role in determining how the state spends the $1.9 billion we're getting for COVID relief funds. And that fund is going to be overseen by Melissa Houston, who is a Republican operative. She used to be in the She used to be in Oklahoma politics. I can't think of what office she held. And then she was a placeholder position. And now she runs Republican campaigns. And the Joint Committee on Pandemic Relief Funding for Oklahoma, which determines how we're going to spend $1.9 billion. So she's going to gather all the information and make recommendations, put that list of recommendations in front of 6 legislators and 5 members of the executive branch of our state. How many Democrats do you think will be involved in that process? If your guess is 0, you and I are tied. It's a little bit scary that $1.9 billion will be sent to the state, and there will be no Democratic input. We'll just have to go with what they say. Now, here's the thing. They're going to oversee and they're going to make recommendations to the governor on how to spend things, particularly on the high spend items. But it's up to the governor. He gets the final say. This governor has proven that he doesn't need the final say. He needs to have people who are advising him. He doesn't want people to advise him, but he needs to have people advising him because we now have seen just 3 years of bad decision-making on his part. Let's take the fact that he's not even in Oklahoma right now. He doesn't have to stay in Oklahoma all the time, but he's doing work in Azerbaijan right now, negotiating tanker costs or whatever. That's not your job. You're the governor of Oklahoma. Let the oil companies do that kind of negotiating. That's not your job. Focus, guy. Focus. You are the governor of Oklahoma. You need to be taking care of Oklahoma, taking care of our education, taking care of broadband, rebuilding our crumbling roads and bridges. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Negotiating tanker prices. Let the oil companies do that. That's their job. But this is him once again trying to be seen now on the international stage as running with the big boys. Do the job you have. And here's the other thing. He's running for governor again, and he's doing things that are not gubernatorial. Do the job you have. So what I say is Oklahoma has a governor who doesn't want to do the job he has. Oklahoma has a choice. We have 471 days to make sure that it's not the job he has anymore. We need to find someone who wants to do that job. Right now, on the Democrat side, we do have a declared candidate for governor, and that's in former Senator Connie Johnson. We need to find someone who wants the job and who will do the job of working for Oklahomans. So we have a declared candidate. If you want to run, you know somebody else who you think needs to run, now is the time. They don't need to wait until next year. They don't need to wait. They don't need to do some, they need to decide right now. Go out to okdemocrats.org, fill out the thinking of running tab. We will give you a call. We will talk you through, help you decide if this is the position that you need to run for. If there's other positions, frankly, that you need to run for, we'll help you through that as well. But we need elected officials in the state of Oklahoma who remember that they're elected officials for the state of Oklahoma. All righty. So my bills, not really bills, but it is absolutely, I need to bring to your attention that our current governor is more interested in putting people in places that think like him or will let him run the show than making sure that we have the best decisions made for our state, making sure that our state is taken care of. And he's just not fit for the job that he has. All righty. So that's my bills. The elected official obviously is the governor. He was elected. I'm not going to take that away from him, but we need to fix that. That needs to be corrected. And we have 471 days. We actually have 2 days if we want to find another candidate to run against him. If you're thinking about running, please reach out. So elections. August 10th, a lot of communities all over the state have propositions to be voting on for August 10th. Please go out to the state election board, put in your name, birthday, and it'll tell you if you have a ballot. Read, understand the ballot so that when you show up on August 10th, you know what you're voting for. It's not too late to request your absentee ballot. I do think it's probably too late to mail back your absentee ballot because you want to make sure that it gets there, but you can drop it off. So if you have an election on August 10th, get prepared now. Another election that's coming up is Reconvene. Reconvene is this Saturday. We are finally going to finish our convention this Saturday. It is an electronic convention that we will be hosting via Zoom, but we will also have an in-person component. I, along with most of the staff, will be in Shawnee at the Grand Casino, where we will be conducting convention in person. Please join us. We have a room that I believe is 4 times as big as the space that we need so that we can safely socially distance. We will be checking vaccine status, and we will be seated accordingly so that people can feel safe in participating. I'm looking forward to fellowshipping, congregating with other Democrats. So I'd love to see if you can make it. Now, if you are a delegate, you need to register, whether you're coming in person or you're going to be online. You need to register so that when it comes time for credentialing, we know who we're looking for. You should have gotten, some of you probably got the call 3 times because we sent it, we scrubbed the list, and we figured out that we didn't send it to everybody, and we sent it again, and then we sent it out one more time for good measure. So you should have the call. It would have either come from Andrew at okdemocrats.org or Angela at okdemocrats.org. That is our communications director and our data director. We're doing everything we can to make sure that you get the call. Please check your email. It's the email that you use to register for your state, your county convention. Please check your spam, check your whatever, your garbage can if you don't see it in your normal email. And if you don't have it, send a request to support@okdemocrats.org. But if you were a delegate to convention on June 12th, you are still a delegate, and that's who is being invited to vote. If you're a Democrat, you're invited to come and attend if you want, and you can. We will be streaming it on YouTube as well. So there's all kinds of ways that you can find out what is going on. I'm glad to hear you got an email, Mary. We just want to make sure that everybody gets it. So what we're going to do on Saturday is we're going to elect our 2 remaining affirmative action positions. We're going to review the Constitution and bylaws set-asides that were addressed in June. And finish out our Constitution and bylaws, and then we're going to review our resolution and hope to pass our resolutions. And then finally, we're going to hear from our gubernatorial candidate. So that's what we have on tap for Saturday. It is my goal to get us out while the sun is still out. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow at 4:15.